The work colleague whom I interviewed for this project is Libby Christmas. She works at Cobalt Design as a senior engineer, team leader and project manager. She wears many hats at work and juggles development work with team management and client liaison on a daily basis. I hope one day to hold a position like hers and was interested to see how she got here. Libby studied industrial design at the University of Canberra in the ACT. Libby's career began even before she graduated, when several cold calls in third year resulted in 2 internships in Melbourne, one with Catalyst and one with IND. Catalyst liked her so much that she completed another internship halfway through fourth year. With persistent base touching, Libby was able to secure a temporary CAD monkey role there before she graduated. This position would become a 5-year-long job, 2 of which were spent as senior designer in charge of lights and locks. This was Libby's first introduction to team management. Libby eventually left Catalyst to spend 2 years consulting and freelancing, as well as lecturing at both Swinburne and RMIT, jobs which she was offered after being recommended by a former classmate. By this time, Libby had also completed a certificate in teaching to assist with her lectures. When Libby was hired by Cobalt, it was for a straight engineering job, not a leadership role, filling in the 9-month maternity leave of a colleague. Those 9 months kept being extended until she was offered full-time work. Libby has now worked at Cobalt for over 4 years and has taken on extra responsibility whenever it was offered, working her way from simple CAD monkey to team leader of the engineering department. When hired for Cobalt, Libby had the following qualifications: a degree from a well-regarded industrial design course and the requisite skills that implies, over 4 years' experience in a design consultancy, 2 of which as a team leader, which translates to leadership skills, time management ability, strategic decision-making, and experience liaising with clients. She had a teaching certificate, which gave Libby a more nuanced set of management skills, as well as her previous lecturing positions at Swinburne and RMIT. Her 2 years freelancing proved her dedication, reliability, and ingenuity. At Cobalt, Libby has 3 jobs. Team leader is her everyday responsibilities for the people she is working with. This means that she ensures no one has conflicting deadlines for different projects, that everyone has the skills they need to complete the task, and that generally everyone is working to the best of their abilities. Project leader is all about making sure that the client gets what they need and that the product is the best it can be. Sometimes these responsibilities collide. More about that later. This job deals with timelines and deadlines, as well as strategic decisions which dictate the project direction. Development involves the nitty-gritty engineering side of things. Surfacing is one of Libby's CAD specialties, and she is often called in just for this type of work. She is also involved in design for manufacture, sourcing of parts, and the start of project brainstorms that help kickstart ideas. When asked about some of the challenging aspects of the job, Libby names team management. She says that it is a constant learning curve and one that she struggled with early in her career. This can be very stressful because the team's output ultimately reflects on you, the manager. The teaching degree assisted her with this challenge because it addresses getting people to do what is needed of them in a much more direct way than a design degree does. Libby believes that there is always room for improvement when it comes to management. Appreciating the balance between what a client needs for a product and what the product needs to be good has not always been easy for Libby, especially when marketing requirements directly contradict an important engineering consideration. Being able to walk that tightrope has gotten easier the longer Libby has been in the business, and now she has a respect for the requirements of the marketing team, as opposed to resenting them. Related to this respect is the ability to read people, clients specifically, in a way that both allows you to interact with them in the most mutually beneficial way, and to judge what they are trying to get out of a product, even if they aren't eloquent at describing it. This is a skill that comes with experience. From my discussion with Libby, it has become clear to me that management and engineering are 2 sides of a coin. I cannot ignore the fact that I will be responsible for a project and the people working on it at some point. This causes me to reconsider the sort of training that I am receiving in my engineering degree, and I will choose to pursue management, personal development, wherever the chance may arise. If this requires further uni qualifications, I will consider them. It is also clear that in Australia the design industry is very small. Almost all of Libby's jobs came after recommendations for classmates or colleagues, and if they didn't, she was almost guaranteed to work with someone she had had contact with before. This tells me 2 things. Firstly, that networking is extremely important in the industry, and I should leverage the contacts I have made so far as I progress in my career. And secondly, that you never know who somebody knows, so it is incredibly important to make a good first impression. I will approach every job, no matter how minor, with this in mind. Most of all, this interview has impressed on me just how far you can go in a relatively short amount of time if you are willing to put in the effort and treat your job with the passion and dedication that Libby does.